Yo, what's up, everyone? Yo, this week has been absolutely insane. Um, you see, like, from last Friday, I knew that this week would be insane, but I did not expect it to be the way that it was. Um, First, from having a TBL on Monday. TBLs are team-based learning activities that we do in class, where first we have, like, our old individual quiz, then we have a team quiz on the same material, and then we do something called like a T-app, which is like kind of like an application of the stuff that we learned preparing for that quiz. Yeah, I did okay. I did well on it. So the week was off to a good start. But then we also had an auscultation exam where we had to basically use some devices to like listen to murmurs. And yeah, I felt like I did okay. But then at the end of the week, I got my score back and I did not do as well as I thought I did, which was really weird. So bad that I was just like, man, what the heck just happened? And I got to sit down with the teacher and figure out like, yo, like, I don't understand because, I thought I did well. So yeah. And then on top of that, we also had our Friday quiz, that we have every single Friday. And yeah, like, when like you plan to do something and then it just falls through. So I planned to do well on that quiz, yesterday, and the results were not that I did well on the quiz. So, I honestly was just feeling quite defeated by the end of the week. I was tired, feeling defeated, like I said. And on top of that, I felt like I didn't belong in med school anymore. Unfortunately, we go through life on a regular basis, constantly trying to live up to these standards, trying to get the best grades, trying to do the best that we can so that we can get to where we want to be. But with that also brings the aspect of our grades defining us and defining our whole beings, to be honest. When you get a bad grade on a quiz or an exam, you literally feel as if that you do not belong and that you that the thing that you are doing is not for you. You're constantly belittling yourself and constantly beating yourself up and saying, oh, like, man, like, should you even continue pursuing this career because of this one quiz or this one exam or this one thing that you do? And in actuality, where later on down the road, nobody even cared about your grade. No one cares about your grades. No one cares about any of that. And so, in our Christian formation class or CPF class, or some other schools call it, your physician formation or whatever the class is at, whatever medical schools. In that class, we're actually talking about imposter syndrome. And we're talking about self-care and self-love. And I have realized that I struggle with it. Even though on a regular basis, I'm telling people like, hey, don't call yourself stupid. Hey, don't, when you're sitting there and you're talking to yourself and you're like, man, like, when people be like, oh, I'm so dumb. Like, why would I even think that? And I tell people all the time, don't say those things. And I try my best not to do those things either. But sometimes when you just be getting some quiz scores back, you're just like, man, like, yo, am I dumb? Like, like, is this really all I could do? Is this all I put in all my effort and this is the grade that I get? Like, what was I doing wrong? And so, yeah, I really felt really defeated this week. I really felt, just like, yo, like, how, why? So yeah, I just want to put it out there that, life is going to have its ups and downs. It's going to have its, as we say at Loma Linda, its rhythms. Sometimes you're going to have these high levels in life where you're feeling golden, you're feeling like a boss, you're feeling amazing. Things are going well, things are going great, things are fantastic. And then you're going to get into some other times in life where you are at those lows, and those lows feel real low. And you sit there and you wonder to yourself, when am I going to get back on that high? So I just want to say this, and that is that when you hit those lows, those are the times where you have to surround yourself with people who can be there for you, who love you, who cherish you, because those are the people who will be there for you during those lows, and even more so the people who would cheer for you during those highs. And those are also the people who will allow you to remember that even though you're going through this situation right now, even though you're in this low, that number one, you're not alone. Number two, God has got you through there, through the lows before and the highs, and has been there with you. And number three, remind you that you were made for this. You know, when another thing that happened this week is that I had my OSCE, which is kind of like a mock, like you're basically pretending to be a doctor. And so you go in, you see a standardized patient, and that standardized patient, you know, they come in with some problems. I had my standardized patient, you know, came in with a problem. I can't really say too much because other people in my class haven't taken it yet, haven't done theirs yet, so I can't really explain in details. But the point is that the patient came in with a problem, and during that time, I truly felt like a doctor. It wasn't just because that I was acting like I was being a doctor, but it was because of the knowledge that I had and that I realized I have attained over the last year and a half. The knowledge base that at the beginning of medical school, I would have never thought that I would know. And it made me excited for third year. That, man, all this studying that I've been doing over this past year and a half will truly pay off. And so, friends, I'm here to tell you that, again, when you're feeling defeated, when you're feeling less than, when you're feeling as if that you are not supposed to be there, take those moments that you have where you get to, on the side, kind of be who you want to be, which for me, I want to be that physician, you know. I want to have that MD. And, you know, for me, it was the OSCE where I was just like, man, like, yo, like, this is what I'm striving to be. Take those moments and run with them. Because those moments, along with the support group that you have, along with God, will remind you and help you to remember that you are meant to be here. And I am meant to be here. I love y'all. Respect y'all. Peace out.